And welcome back to another week of Dallas Beertalk, guys. I'm your host, Victor Santana. This is Dallas Beertalk. To the left of me, I got my boy Drew.
What it do, baby
the
boo?
Beer Guru. And then the man, the myth, the legend. I forgot to introduce him last week, but I won't forget this time. Ziggy, what's up, man?
Hello, everybody. It is great to be here. I just flew in from San Francisco, and boy, is this joke old.
You know what? Talking about old jokes. You know, I have a weird obsession lately watching that Comedians with Coffee episode with Jerry Seinfeld.
It's on Netflix now,
It's on Netflix.
right?
That's why I've been like eating it alive, like watching every single episode.
Are you guys big fans of Seinfeld?
No,
I
like it more than Friends.
Oh, whoa. We need a poll. I feel like you're on the okay. I'm just not a big fan. I don't know if it's just the too funky of some bass lines in between, but I just don't find Seinfeld that funny. But I think Friends is legit. I'm all about some Friends. So
I think Seinfeld is funny on small bursts, like he does with his shows, only like 15-20 minutes.
yeah.
But you could tell, not to sound racist, you could tell he's Jewish by some of his comments he makes and things he says and his mannerisms. But I think he's funny overall.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I think it's better than Friends is because the aspect that they have more ethnic people in the background. They never had it forefront on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know I'm not a big like historian of Friends or Seinfeld, but at least in the background when he walked in the streets, you saw people of color. When Friends walked in the street, you saw only white people, and I've always hated that. What's your opinion, Ziggy? Which one's better, Friends or Seinfeld?
Well, I have not watched a lot of Seinfeld. I've seen some of his specials, and I think his specials are very good, very well written. I've not watched a lot of the show. I have watched a lot of Friends, and I gotta say, in retrospect, probably Seinfeld is better, simply because Friends, they're all terrible people to each other.
Yes.
And that's what I don't enjoy.
It was the pre Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's way more mild.
But it's not. There's no irony to Friends.
No, just mean for no reason. And
then they're not just mean, and that's really going a little too far. I think they do some pretty funny things.
The crux of the show is that a broken down, effeminate man is so emotionally insecure and so fixated on his faux love interest that he ruins or attempts to ruin every normal relationship she otherwise could have in
Ross?
the hopes that she will feel so broken that he is her only option left.
You made it sound so bleak.
But that's what it is. That's just
It is not. It's not all about that.
But this is again, as a kid, I didn't think like that.
Yeah.
As a 9-year-old kid, this is what I looked like when I looked at Friends. I looked at Friends, and I'm from New York City, and I'm like, okay, when they walk in the city, if they ever show the city, it'd be a rare occasion when you see a black man in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Or a black woman, anything like that. It was very rare to sprinkle them in the background.
I get where you're coming from on that aspect, because it is true. Looking back at it, I never really thought about it, but looking back at it after the fact, yeah, I totally see that. Ross dates a black girl,
later on. But like I said, and when you look at it, they never Seinfeld, in my opinion, I don't know an episode where they had an ethnic person.
They got Kramer though. You gotta watch out for that dude.
But then I also look at it as what's more funny to it. There's an iconic episode in Seinfeld versus I don't remember any real iconic episode of Friends to me.
Yeah.
Outside of the one airport scene that everybody makes fun of with Friends about the airport with Ross and shit and Rachel.
Well, that's the other thing. He is so. Ross is I cannot stress enough how much I despise this character.
He's such a bad actor too.
Chandler is my favorite character on the show, and Chandler is also just a terrible person.
Yeah, I'm a Joey fan.
I'm a Joey fan too. At least we got that.
He's a womanizer.
I like Joey.
Not that's why I like him, but he is funny.
Womanizer.
And he is a womanizer. It just happens to be one and the same.
But so tell me an iconic episode of Friends, and I'll tell you my favorite iconic episode of. I have two of Seinfeld. Number one, that little George Costanza kills his fiance because he forgets to mail the wedding letters, and she has to do it by herself, and she licks all the letters by herself, and then kills herself with some type of toxicity or some shit.
Oh, because of all the
letters she was mailing herself.
Yeah. Only there's a lot of good episodes. Nothing really comes to mind from Friends, but talking about Seinfeld, the only one that I really can think of that sticks out of the ones that I've watched, and I'll be honest, I haven't really watched a whole lot of Seinfeld, is the Dingo Ate Your Baby one.
That's another one.
Yeah, that's about it.
But then when George Costanza stops masturbating and becomes super smart, and he was working for the Yankees, and then he just hitting it home runs. God, like this all momentum. Let me teach you how to hit a home run, guys. A little fat, short Jewish guy just knocking home runs because he stopped masturbating for a bet. Yeah. Becomes an ultimate genius.
And he threw it all away.
Threw it away just to masturbate one more time. And then another perfect one. No Soup for You. Come on, there's iconic episodes.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones too. We need a phone in from my wife. She's really into Friends. She's watched the series in this past, like in 2017. Pretty sure she watched the whole series at least like 3 or 4 times.
My mom loves
like
the series.
Over all on Netflix.
My mom loves it. She has it on tape. She has it on DVD. She has it on
Friends or Seinfeld?
Friends.
Okay. See, your mom knows what's up, man. You need to pay attention to your mom more. Seems like an awesome lady. She's got her head on the right spot. So, man. That. It's all about Friends.
Well, I don't know about that. On a segue to that, all about Seinfeld. Yeah. You know what? Wait. Before we get off this topic.
You know what's great?
What?
Curb
Your Enthusiasm? That's a really good one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good one.
I was a Curb. Curbs are all right. I hate when I hit them in my car.
No. What's that one with the guy?
That scene in American History X.
The Curb scene?
I thought about that for a split second. Curb
That's rough. That is a rough. I can't watch it. I saw that scene once as a kid. I skip that scene. If I watch American History X, I skip it. It's like hurts my teeth to watch it.
Yeah, I think that's what really bugs me about it too. Is just the whole like,
because now you know it's coming and you feel it.
It's like the bite down part.
Like put your teeth on the. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. Yeah. But no, what's that one from Cheers? That spinoff they had.
Wings?
No,
Taxi.
Frasier.
Yes.
In Seattle. My mom loves that too, and I like that series a lot more than Friends too.
Frasier? I always thought Frasier was really boring.
I like the dad. The dad is like has the one-liners.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that you'd be a big fan of Niles personally.
He's such a complainer. Yeah, that's why I'm on the show. That's why you think I started this show, so I complain about things.
Yeah, all thanks to Niles.
On a segue to the actual We Are a Beer show, we trying things. My mom bought a beer for the show to try called UFO. And before we try it, she wants to say it.
It's a UFO is the brewery, and it's a Winter Blonde. So we're gonna be trying today.
Okay, my bad. Correction.
No,
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Anyways, sorry to interrupt.
No. So she was like, "Well, she's big into UFOs, and she wants to hear she knows my opinion on it.
Yeah,
she wants to hear somebody else's perspective of it. So before I make my rant, what are you guys' perspective on UFOs and then aliens make it into the Earth?
You want to go first, Ziggy? You want me to go first? I'll go first. Well, so I think it's completely plausible that there are aliens, or what we would consider aliens. I mean, maybe not in the sense of little green men and stuff like that, which also could be within the realm of possibility. I'm not counting that out. But to think it's kind of narcissistic to think that us as human beings were the only life inside of this huge multiverse that we, are part of, like a speck of dust within, so much space.
Galaxies.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, there's bound to be life from some sort somewhere, and it's only a matter of time until we encounter it. So
fair enough.
In that sense, the whole Roswell stuff and conspiracy theories. I mean, I'm not well versed enough into it, but I mean, it's interesting. We brought up before we started the show about ancient aliens. And I think I've seen too many of those, unfortunately. My friend was really into it. But the only one that I really kind of thought had some sort of I could see that, kind of moment was the building of the pyramids and how they think that there was help from,
outside
extraterrestrial entities that helped them to, maneuver all of the blocks and whatnot. So, I mean, it's interesting. But I mean, I definitely think there's life outside of Earth. And yeah, it's only a matter of time until we discover it.
Fair enough. I'll give you that first part.
What about Ziggy?
I'm reluctant to believe that I believe that there is almost certainly life out in the universe just because of the sheer vastness of it. I'm reluctant to believe that it would be intelligent life, or that if it was intelligent life, it would be concerned with us in any actionable way. I think that UFOs do exist, but I think that them being tacked on to some sort of alien intelligence is incorrect. I think that more realistically, it is just advanced military hardware that gets spotted. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's this Netflix documentary, and I believe it's called The Man Who Saw UFOs, and it's about this ufologist, which is the term.
The term.
That is the term, ufologist, or ufologist if you call them UFOs. Some people call them UFOs. That's not a joke. That's real.
Oh my God.
But it's about him and his 30 or 40 years of his life that he has spent documenting the UFOs that he sees. And some of the footage that they show, it is very hard to explain away because it's on film. You see lights that are traveling in a very weird way.
Yeah.
And it would make sense to me that especially in the last 10 to 15 years, what he's seeing is just drones before we knew that drones were a thing. It was, I think that is
better explanation.
Probably a more realistic explanation, but I think it's also more boring. And so I think that's why that doesn't interest people.
So facts don't interest people. Entertainment does, and that's a big way to put it. I know a lot about these conspiracy theories about UFO. I have a really big problem, and I speak on it a lot, and I try to level my conspiracies in. You don't want to delve too deep into parts, because I see it in my mom and I see it in myself. Mostly, is I could delve deep into these conspiracy theories where you get immersed in this world and you become one-sided, where you're like, I know this is the truth, I see it, and then you draw a line in the sand, and you're willing to fight for it, or argue at least. So I try to tiptoe around these pitfalls of conspiracy theories, but when I look at these alien stuff, I'm like, really? How about can we just say can't explain it? Why did it have to be an alien coming?
Because this Earth is flat, and it's all because of the chemtrails. And
don't. I told you guys my flat Earth story.
You want to hear? I just saw a video of a kid being. Well, I shouldn't know. I don't know if the kid's being completely serious, but he sounded really, really serious. Yeah. And the best way to explain why flat Earth theory is real, he took a ball. He said it's been raining a lot lately, right? Let's make this water dripping as rain. He said, where the water's going? It's falling off. It's falling off the ball. If it's round, right? Here's a better example. Let me get a plate.
A flat plate?
A flat plate. He starts dripping water into it. He's like, the water just staying there and it's rising. I was like, oh, guy, thanks. He draws that line in the sand. He's like, I'm gonna fight this down. And I'm like, I don't want to be there. I could easily be there. I've done it before. Yeah. I've been on the wrong end of conspiracy theories and willing to fight for it.
It's like people that got all up in arms that recently about the what was it, pouring the molten liquid metal over the burger, and like, look, see, it's just bad for you. See the way it just falls off of the burger. It doesn't even burn the bun.
Is a matter of this is what Neil deGrasse Tyson says all the time. It's a matter of not understanding science.
Yeah, I can see that.
So most people don't understand thermodynamics, right? That's why I'm able to stick my hand into liquid nitrogen for a few seconds.
And your hand doesn't freeze.
It doesn't freeze because there's such a wide variant of degrees.
Yeah, it's got to equalize at some
point. And then once it equalizes, that's going to melt.
It is crazy that you brought up liquid nitrogen, because on my way into the studio today, I was behind a liquid nitrogen truck for like 15-20 minutes, and the whole time I was just thinking to myself,
Terminator 2?
This would be the way to go, right? Like, this is like, if I was gonna go, if I could pick this would be cool.
You would be like Fry from Futurama. You just become.
I would be like Boris from GoldenEye.
Oh.
I am invincible.
Freezes up.
Oh
Nice.
man.
Well,
on
let's,
that note,
let's crack open this beer. Yeah, yeah,
Get some UFOs.
yeah.
Speaking of winter, today we have the UFO Winter Blonde. It's an ABV of 4.9, and it's a vanilla coffee meets a refreshing Hefeweizen.
Smells good. Doesn't smell like a Hefeweizen. You passed Ziggy his glass.
Oh yeah, you might need that.
You might need that.
And today we are drinking out of our Dallas Beertalk glasses and my Abita Brewery glass.
Oh, thanks. Shout out to our
Chanel,
girl
West
Chanel.
Coast. No. Chanel from Abita. She's a great friend of the show. Actually, should hit her up and see how she's doing. I haven't talked to her in a while since before New Year's.
Yeah, good old Chanel. Let's give this a shot. A little bit carbonation. Nice head.
I like it a lot. I like this one a lot.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That was light and refreshing.
Smooth. Ready for summertime.
That's interesting because it's like it's real refreshing, and it definitely has vanilla and coffee. Like it really comes through at the end.
You know what? Remember we had that episode? We had a few coffee beers come on. You could barely taste the coffee notes.
Yeah.
This one has the coffee notes, and you wouldn't expect it. You expect it more in stouts, but this has a really nice taste of coffee and vanilla flavor. With like a blonde, I don't really taste like wheat. I don't taste any like.
I do on the front end. Like it tastes like a Hefeweizen on the front end.
Okay, let me try it.
And then it kind of mellows out, and then I get like the coffee, mostly the vanilla, but I get a little bit of coffee as well.
It ends with the coffee, in my opinion.
Yeah, the coffee. Yeah, that's really good. It's kind of interesting, you know.
I'm not a big coffee drinker, and I really like this because the coffee flavor is not overpowering, and it's not very bitter. It's got a sweetness to it that I really enjoy. So I like this one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Really good.
We've been going on this stride lately. We all liking our drinks and our fried chicken conversations.
It's New Year's resolutions. It's keeping us all in positivity. You know,
new team, everybody happy.
That's right. That's right.
No, this is I was very backstory to this. Just reading the vanilla bean part of it. Excuse me. I was like, oh, I just assume coffee, vanilla, porter, stout. Never really looking at it, and the 6-pack where it clearly says winter blonde in front of it. So I'm not really paying attention to it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll tell Edge we got like a porter stout kind of thing. I think I haven't really looked at it, but it's vanilla coffee bean. And I tell him the brewery UFO. He's like, I've never had one from them. You sure? I'm like, yeah, man.
I mean, I've had beers from them, but I hadn't had them,
not the porter,
like a stout or anything from UFO.
Yeah.
So I was like, are you sure? I was like, I've only had like their Hefeweizen and stuff like that.
So I'm over here like, yeah. And then I grabbed the beers this morning. And I'm like, oh, it's a.
We did a quick Google search and we didn't find anything. I was like, So and then truth came out that it ended up being the
Hefeweizen,
the Winter Blonde. So
and it's really good. I mean, I actually do like it. So as far as it doesn't taste to me. It doesn't taste like a Hefeweizen whatsoever. But
it doesn't. It does to me. But
it's a good way to ease into the style of wheat beer.
Yeah,
I said that last week of the last one we had last week, but I stand corrected. This is one that would be better to ease someone into this style of beer if they don't like it. Like, okay, I've had it before. I had Blue Moon. It doesn't like the way I don't like the way that tastes. Yeah, it's like more of a wheat heavy beer. I'm like, oh, try this. Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah, it's not too sweet. It's nice, effervescent. It's the notes all hit in a nice. They all kind of come together very nice.
They come at different waves, and that's why I'm having a hard time distinguishing the wheat taste to it or the Hefeweizen like traditional notes to it. But what I do taste immediately is like the vanilla hits you real, the sweet vanilla and refreshingness hits you immediately, in my opinion. And then it finishes off with a nice little coffee note, which is not overpowering, and it doesn't linger either. Yeah. Another problem is when that last taste lingers in your mouth and it gets like it turns bad.
Lingerer.
It gets filmy.
That's a good way of describing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think shout out to your mom. She did a good job. Picked out a good one.
Yeah.
Good beer. Great topic as well.
Interesting topic. Yeah, I like it a lot. I do like it a lot. There has to be life. It's no way to say. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but the odds of it not being is crazy. Like, come on, there has to be other life somewhere else.
Yeah, and I mean, okay, think about it. So, going back to the whole UFO, like in space and stuff, you know, they always come out with reports from telescopes discovered,
water,
four new planet Earth with Earth-like atmosphere. There's bound to be something. I mean, whether or not it's within our reach as far as like light years away, who knows?
Getting there would be a different story. But as far as like, what do you consider life? Like, is it just single cell organism? Because if that's what you discovered, that's life. That is life.
Yeah, that is life.
Yeah, it's life.
I think that's the distinction that's the distinction that I was trying to make is I don't think that there are
civilizations,
conscious, civilizations that have developed space travel but if you're telling me that it's where you set the bar of you're saying if you're setting the bar at single celled organisms, there's no way there's not, right?
Yeah. So in that same kind of, the universe is so vast that I still think there could be like sentient, like higher level thinking creatures as well. I think that's definitely within the realm of possibility.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
Yeah, but I don't think in the typical sense, like that's what's going to be the ones to be discovered or something like that. No, it's going to be like, hey, we took a soil sample from this planet, and oh, hey, we found like a fungus growing here. So here, boom, there's our first alien.
Fungus is life. It's an alien life form at that point.
Yeah.
But you know what? Would it be more exciting or / disappointing? And I'm leaning more towards the latter. Would be this: what if we have the ability to travel light years quickly, right? And we find a planet, Earth-like planet that looks like they had intelligent life, but there's no life now. Would that be exciting or disappointing?
Exciting.
I think disappointing because now there was signs of life here, but there's no one to talk to. There's nothing to gather information.
True, but it's exciting in the sense that there was. So, I mean, that's exciting either way you look at it. But I get what you're saying because you're just like, you were that close to seeing something and then,
life,
yeah.
We have evidence of life. We have evidence of there's let's say some type of building structures. We maybe not look like our buildings, but some type of something was here that disturbed the forest around it or whatever plants around it and made it like a home here.
So what if this would be dope? All right, if we could, get ourselves an expedition to space, we go out and discover the first life, and it's like an alien wild yeast or something. Make a beer out of it. Boom.
I'll let you be the first to try it.
Boom. Yeah, that'd be dope. Turns into like Superman. He gives you a superpower.
If it does, I'm like, yo, give me that drink.
Superpower with every bomber bottle.
Bomber bottle.
Boom. Selling like hotcakes.
You know what? But then what if they look different? You ever seen the movie Arrival? I think it came out like last year, a year ago.
With the big thing that landed in the ground.
Yeah. You ever watched it?
I saw somebody watching it on a plane when I went to Seattle.
Okay. Well, those aliens are like squid type aliens, and their things is different. They won't look like us. They don't act like us.
Like Independence Day.
Fucking Independence Day. I'm still mad.
We will not vanish into the night.
The greatest speech in a movie, period.
We will not vanish without a fight.
The greatest speech in the movie, a fictional movie. Come on. Name a better one.
Bill Pullman. No, nobody better than Bill. I mean,
I don't know. Didn't Daniel Day-Lewis give the Gettysburg Address or something?
No, I said fictional speech, fictional character.
But did he get into a fighter jet and go fight some aliens?
Did he get in front lines in the Civil War? No.
I don't know. You know what is a better fictional speech?
What?
Al Pacino's locker room speech in Any Given Sunday.
That's a good one, but I don't put it above Independence Day. Listen, that one is you got to fight for every inch. Come on. I love that speech. I'm an old man. My time is gone. I'm broke. But we fight.
We claw for that inch.
But I was in Scarface. Something like that, right?
Yeah. I'm broke now, but let me live.
Piles of cocaine. No. So
now you're getting into Roxo the Clown territory.
Oh my god! But no, man. I think aliens would be different. But then let's think about movie speeches. Like, come on, let's take another good. Braveheart's a good one. Yeah. He's like, I heard whatever his name was. He's like, I heard he was 10 feet tall. And he's like, he shoots fireballs from his ass. Oh, that was a good one. I always liked that as a kid. But you know what? What ruins it? When someone starts pointing out, like when you look up like the errors in it. Like you see someone's with a watch in there, you see a car in the background. Like when people point it out, like you can't miss it once you see it. I'm like, ruins it. Yeah, you ruined such a great movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's
another good speech is
I'm trying to think. I can't think of a woman.
Scent of a Woman with Al Pacino again.
I think we might be looking at the same list. That one's on I'm looking up
I'm thinking my head.
inspirational movie speeches. I'd forgotten Scent of a Woman because I don't think it's a very good movie.
He's like
in general.
I forgot how it starts. He was like, man, it's such a good. It's a good movie. I don't think he deserved. I think he got an Oscar or something like that. He got an award for it, but I don't think he deserves it.
Pacino won the Oscar for Scent of a Woman.
I don't think he deserved it for that one, but it was a good movie. I like it overall. But that's a really good speech at the end.
I feel like
Any Given Sunday's a good one.
What's his name? I can't think of his name.
Is it a speech when Denzel Washington?
That's what I was about to say.
He's about to die. He says he's about to die. And he's in that gang. He says, "Oh, you motherfuckers, you gonna do this to me?"
To in American Gangster?
No, American. Oh, you know what? I
He's
forgot
got some
about
good ones in there.
When he's at the diner.
Yeah,
he's at the diner. That's a great speech. He was talking to his family.
Yep.
And then he gets up and shoots that guy.
Shoots the dudes right there.
Good speech right there.
I think I got one, guys.
What you got?
Do you want to see this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is one of my personal favorite speeches in movie history. So we'll cut to this real quick.
I'm opening this door and I'm climbing out of here.
The hell you are.
Hey, I don't work for you anymore, okay? I don't have to take orders. That's enough now from all of you.
This
Deep
is
Blue Sea?
from Deep Blue Sea, guys.
This is on Netflix right now, guys.
It moves like it has a
Goddamn
mind.
right it is.
Like it knows it
But I
killed
don't need
the
it because
world
I
Michael
own
Rappaport.
guys.
for murder. When the avalanche came, it took us a week to climb out. And somewhere, we lost hope. Now, I don't know exactly when we turned on each other. I just know that 7 of us
Just think about that Dave
survived
Chappelle skit.
and only 5.
Insert Dave Chappelle here.
That'd be a good cut right
Now,
now.
we took an oath that I'm breaking now. Swore that we said it was the snow killed the other 2. But it wasn't.
Killed him.
Nature can be lethal. But it doesn't hold a candle to man.
Because today is our Independence Day.
Now, you've seen how bad things can get and how quick they can get that way. Well, they can get a whole lot worse. So we're not going to fight anymore. We're going to pull together and we're going to find a way to get out of here.
Yeah.
First, we're going to seal off this road.
Why would you stand there? The shark ate me. He ate me.
Hey, but in all seriousness, LL survived. So
Of all people survived. LL, come on. Yo, talking about
They
good movies.
rewrote the movie so that he would survive. They rewrote the movie to give him more lines.
That's right.
He fought for it.
Best cook in the world.
Number one cooking while we get them scrambled eggs.
And a tossed salad.
I'm trying to think of other good speeches, man. Straight Out Lowcast, I'm wearing that shirt right now. You know, that's a classic American
good one.
movie.
Yep. There's gotta be a bunch. There's gotta be a bunch.
New Jack City, Am I My Brother's Keeper? That's a good one right there. Come on. Scarface, you know.
Of course.
I'll put this thing together. Me. Who put this thing together? Me. That's who. That's such a good movie.
Best accent in a movie award goes to Al Pacino on that one.
What's that movie, Ziggy, where he played the undercover cop that was being harassed?
Oh, are you talking about Serpico?
Serpico, yeah.
Oh man,
That's a good one there too.
you know that's based on a real officer.
Was it?
Yeah. So Officer Frank Serpico was an NYPD cop, and he was a drug squad cop, and so he frequently went undercover. But he started to realize that there was a whole bunch of corruption in the department, and so he kept trying to bring it to the higher ups and the higher ups and the higher ups, and no one would listen. And so then he really did get shot on a botched raid where his backup didn't show up. because they were dirty and they just wanted to get rid of them. And he survived, and he turned state's evidence, and there was a federal case in the 70s, in the late 60s and 70s. But that's the crazy thing, is he is still alive, and he is still fighting against police corruption. He is still going and talking to officers and giving seminars and advocating for whistleblowers. He's a really cool person with an amazing life story.
That's really interesting. That was real, because they didn't even mention it, did they, in the movie? I watched this movie when I was a kid.
I think it does.
Probably right at the beginning.
Yeah, maybe.
So what you're telling me is that he wasn't gonna vanish into the night. he wasn't gonna vanish.
He didn't go without a fight. Yeah, that's
He'll take a few bullets, but today.
Oh, you know what's another good weird rant? It's never over. Rocky. I'm not Rocky.
Rocky.
Damn
Rocky.
The guy who plays Rocky is in First Blood.
Sylvester Stallone.
First Blood. Oh my god, it's over. It's never over.
They just kept pushing me.
Oh my god, that's a good one right there.
What about A Few Good Men?
A Few Good Men. Oh my god, that's a good one right there too. Man on Fire has a nice little couple of lines there.
Fire in the Sky.
Shut up.
Rain of Fire.
Rain of Fire.
Rain of Fire.
You know what? They do have a good
Dragons.
speech in Rain of Fire. They have a really great speech in Rain of Fire. But then he just jumps off the helicopter to fight a dragon and gets eaten.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it great. I think you're misremembering that movie.
No, they have a good
You
speech in
glorify
it,
stuff.
but it's I don't know. It's
You got
Yeah.
him. We say it got you amped when you were younger.
yeah, and then he jumps out the helicopter to go, or whatever he jumps off, they fight the dragon, and he gets eaten in the sky. I guess kind of.
Yeah.
Great actors in that movie too. The guy who played Batman's in that movie. A few other great actors.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we have a question then, or a distinction. Is it like speeches of a leader to other people to inspire it, or is it just monologues in general?
I was thinking monologues. That's why I kept mentioning these different.
Okay.
I thought we were going for inspirational speeches.
You know
but
what is an underrated? No bullshit. You know what is an underrated monologue? Is when the doctor in the original Gojira movie is like explaining the horrors of Godzilla, but it's what he's really talking about is the experience of living through a nuclear attack.
Oh my god!
And remember, this movie was made less than a decade after
World War
the
II.
bombs were dropped, and it is just like this emotionally racking, terrifying moment. And it's all about like a giant radioactive lizard that destroys Tokyo. And so it is, I think it is truly amazing, and people don't give it the credit that it deserves because it is about a giant radioactive lizard that destroys Tokyo.
People try to don't think about it, but correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there a problem with the American dub of it originally when it first released here?
Okay, yeah. So you're talking to a fan, so I can talk for 30 minutes about Godzilla. But so originally it was Gojira, and what they did is for American audiences, they decided, well, I think it's going to be weird if we set it up to have this still remain an analog of America's war mistakes. And so what they did is they cut out a lot of the analogs for the nuclear bomb and just made it a movie about an American journalist going and watching Tokyo be destroyed by a giant radioactive sea lizard. And what they did is they redubbed it, but they didn't want to pay to the actors to come and like redo the mouth movements to make the dub make sense, but they also knew that it would have looked too weird. So what they did is they hired actors that had the back of the head looked similar to the original actors and just filmed like the back of their head as they were talking, and then ADR'd in or dubbed in the dialogue of the English. And so it looks terrible, and and it doesn't make any narrative sense, and it is an awful, terrible movie. So if you watch Godzilla King of the Monsters and think this is not good, you're watching the wrong movie. You need to find Gojira, which is truly a classic of world cinema, and I will fight you.
I will fight you.
You hear it here now. If I
Drop the mic.
I think that's why people, a lot of younger audience give it, or people who remember when it first came out, don't give it that much credit because it was such a bad cut. But I did forget about that speech personally. It was a really good take on it.
I'm thinking about like Lion King. Whenever he gets, the monkey really hypes up Simba to go back and to take back the pride.
See, that never hyped me up.
Got me
hyped me up.
Actually, he talked to his dad and like
In the sky.
in the sky.
I always thought he was just
Powerful.
high as shit. I thought he was just high.
He ate some.
shit.
He ate some poisonous psychedelic bugs and was
It
just,
did.
Whoa.
Messed him up.
Yeah.
You know what? I do this all the time to my roommate. I send him clips to ruin his childhood. Like the Karate Kid was the bully guy and different things like that.
Yeah.
I sent him one because he was watching Lion King a few weeks ago. I sent it to him saying that Simba fell in love with his sister.
Oh, because
He's from the same pride.
Yeah.
That was his dad. Dad slept with all the girls. That was basically his little sister.
Hey, but it's okay in the animal
Incest.
world. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think it's okay. That's why you got to lead the pack.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I say we move on to.
Wait, not on that note. Don't leave on that note. No, we got it on another note.
We're going from UFO and spaciness to our next beer, which is from Jolly Pumpkin, and this is the Olas Espaciales, which translates to space waves in English. So this is our next beer on the chop block. It is a sour, and I believe you want to give us a little breakdown of it, Ziggy? You got it pulled up for us.
Sure can. It is a sour fruit saison, and it is in collaboration with the Jester King Brewing Company. It has an ABV of 5.8, and its hops are Amarillo, Citra, Centennial, Hallertauer, and Simcoe. It was last released in June of 2017. And it's a collaboration with our friends at Jester King Brewing in Austin, Texas. Olas Especiales is a sour saison brewed with lime salt and cherry puree. A simple grain bill of Pilsner malt and raw wheat. Brewed with Amarillo, Citra, Centennial, Hallertauer, and Simcoe hops with lime salt added post-boil in the whirlpool.
I really
I like the artwork.
I really like the artwork. That's
Did you give
kind of
credit to anybody doing the artwork?
I actually drew that last night.
You drew it last night?
No.
That's good stuff, man.
That's good stuff.
Do you get paid for it?
No,
Bring it to the show.
I did it for the show. So no, that's when I first was passing by. That's what really caught my eye. But it's just really cool. So we're kind of keeping it a little spacey today.
I like to see that.
A little spacey. So
You know?
we'll go ahead and pour some for Ziggy.
You know what I got to think about? It leads into perspective of back to the UFO kind of thing and spacey kind of thing. Like, is your consciousness space? Like this getting a little to like weird hippie kind of talk, but when you think and dream, is that your own space and your own consciousness thinking kind of thing in your own universe?
Wait, say that again.
Like space, like this world, massive space. But when you look internally and you think of your own consciousness, is that your own space? Like, are you traveling through your own space and mind and time?
So
kind of thing.
Is your question that
Is it the same thing? Is it the same? Like when you look internally in reflection, is that the same as looking outward and you see the universe? Is that the same?
Oh, I mean,
Kind of thing?
I think it's kind of semantics, but I get what you're trying to say. Like, because we term it like our own space, and then space itself, the word space.
Yeah.
there is an objective external reality from our minds? Is that the question?
Is it really though? That's the question. Yeah. Is it really though? Is it really different from our internal mind?
Right. Like there's no way to prove that you are a figment of my imagination.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a philosophical question that has been debated for 1,000 years. Like, I don't.
But it's interesting, you know.
Well, let's
like,
solve it over this beer.
just solve it over this psychedelic.
Let's give it a question. I've got a good question to ask, but let's give this a try. You get a little sour smell.
You know what? I'm not a big fan. Like, listen, I think I say this every week. I'm not a big fan of something. Shut up, Ziggy.
That's not what I'm laughing at.
But
after the show.
This is it's not bad, man. I like it.
Yeah,
It's not too sour that doesn't hurt.
It's pretty tart and sour, but
Not that bad though.
I get cherries kind of on the nose that I smell when I'm going for it. I do get like a citrusy kind of like liminess to it, and it has like a little bit hint
That's
of
what
salt.
it is.
I do
It's
hear a
the
little
lime.
salt. Yeah.
It's the lime and salt. You know, when you take a tequila shot,
Do I?
do you? I know you're Mexican.
Yeah, right.
What's wrong with
Oh,
Mexican?
you wanna tell us about the tequila a little bit, Victor?
Yeah.
What did you do last Saturday for the first time?
What good choices?
Oh,
did we make
what you
this
call that?
weekend?
We took that a shocker
A
bomb?
tequila slammer.
Slammer shocker.
Victor
That's a
Victor
completely
had a
different
tequila
thing.
slammer for the first time.
The tequila shocker happens after the bar.
That's when you go to the hotel room.
When the tequila is gone.
Yeah,
You
slammer.
tequila slam her. Or slammer.
Shut up.
Slammer. But
Slammer.
Yes. What happened with the tequila slammer?
It was interesting. I never had it before. I never heard of that. You know, you mix it with like a soda, right?
Yeah, so generally it's either club soda or Sprite, just something that doesn't overpower the tequila. And you slow pour that into your glass with tequila so that you don't activate the carbonation, and then you just put a little bit of a napkin over it. You smack it down on the bar and you shoot it really quick. And the theory is that the carbonation makes the alcohol hit your blood quicker, so you get drunk faster.
I see that because it's you're putting in smaller particles, and so
Well, you don't really put it in small.
diffusion, it'll diffuse faster.
So it is mixed high carbonated drinks does seep into your system a little faster, but slightly. If you do like Coke and stuff like that, but it's not tremendously faster. But back to this drink right here, it's, you know what? It's really good. Surprisingly to me, it's really good. It has a nice little sweet note, but the tartness and then that limeness fights it. You know,
It's like it's got like this like you think it's gonna be sweeter than it is because you get smell the cherries, but it definitely has a real sour. If Jedi was here, he's been looking for sours. And sorry to say, Jedi, you would have loved it, but you missed out.
would have.
But yeah, we'll definitely hit him with that recommendation. This is really good though. They've got a bunch of other ones as well. So maybe
We can make this a we can have
pick
a recurring
some other ones up.
They have some good artwork. You make this recurring. We did with clown shoes. They had some really good artwork with clown shoes.
Yeah. So I have a question. After seeing the movie Truman Show, did you guys ever question yourself after that? Like walk around throughout the day and be like, what if I'm in the Truman Show? And how do I know that I'm not? And you start looking at everything.
I honestly have a rant on this. I've thought this for a long time.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Share it. Yes.
So ever since I first saw the Truman Show, my first thought was I immediately thought that oh no, what if I'm being filmed? And then that was followed immediately by no one would watch. And I think I honestly think this people that watch the Truman Show and grab that from it are way too egotistical.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think that is a thing. No one cares. That's why the Truman Show is unrealistic.
But if somebody
Just no.
But okay,
Just no.
But if somebody did,
no one would.
No.
No one.
But if somebody they didn't know from birth that he was gonna, because they basically his whole life was under the camera, and they did it as a stunt, super unethical nowadays, would never get past. But,
I mean, always super.
been.
Well, no, it happens now, but think of all of the fake drama that they have to inject
Honey
into
Boo Boo?
reality TV to get people to really
True.
watch. I think that's
True.
the thing is at some point to keep ratings going, they would have to bring him in on the joke or continually just throw these crazy circumstances at him.
True.
So I think that is why no.
I can see that.
Your life is not a TV show.
It's
Drew.
this is another 8 hours of him, taking a nap. Wow,
Or
here he
him
goes.
masturbating again,
Yeah.
again for the fifth
There
time
he
today.
goes again. That guy.
No, but I've never thought that on an aspect. What I did think when I saw it, I didn't watch it when it first came out. What it came out, 2001, 2002? Truman Show?
I believe 97, 98.
What? Again, I'm really off.
sounds about right.
I'm really
Sounds
good
about
at these naming the years. They're calling up the years. I'm really bad. 2 weeks in a row. Anyway, I didn't watch it when it first came out. I know I watched it when
98.
98. Okay. So I know I watched it when I was in high school for the first time. And I will not forget this. Watching in high school, and I looked at it, and I was like, how I look at people when I look at, this is when high school was around the time of different social, not Facebook, but MySpace, and different social media things at the time.
Friendster.
There's different things that took off. There was like a high school one. There was like a college one. Anyway, Facebook was the college one. But anyway, like I look at this and people post stupid stuff about their life. I'm like, no one cares about you. So when I watched the Shrooms, I was like, this is stupid because I don't care about what you post about your life. Why would I care about what you do every minute of your life?
But I think the fact that they made a show about it and they were going to all be in on it and everyone watching to see what he did, that would drive a lot of interest. But I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying though in the same aspect, Ziggy, that it would get mundane after a while and be like, okay, cool, he's playing Wii tennis for this 2 hours straight. I'm kind of bored, you know.
He's playing Call of Duty for 14 hours.
And you know, I think that might be my rub with the movie. Is it says that it has been for forever the #1 watch show, and I can't buy that.
That's like what's the other one where they follow that guy around? Was it Matthew McConaughey or who was it? The Ed Show, something like that. Who was that?
No, I don't remember.
You know what I'm talking about?
Matthew McConaughey.
What?
Was that a TV show?
No, I don't know if it was Matthew McConaughey. Somebody that looked like him.
Somebody looked like Matthew McConaughey.
Dance Moms. You're thinking of Dance Moms.
Magic Mike. No, there's this other
I was
movie.
joking.
I think it's called like the Ed Show. If you could hit me up a little Google search, but it's like where he basically signs up for like a reality TV show, and they film him like 24/7.
Oh no, I know who you're thinking of.
What's that?
You're thinking of The Big Show.
The wrestler?
Well,
Definitely not.
You know, he
talking
got
about
a
Big
six
Show.
pack a few years ago.
Did he? Of beer? What kind of beer?
No, of his stomach. Like, you know, he lost a lot of weight.
Did
he
he?
weighed like, what, 500 pounds? He's down to like 280, 300 pounds.
What?
Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild. I need to see that.
Yeah, it was a few years ago. He got like a nice little 6-pack cut. I don't know if it's still the same, but it was like a few years ago. It was all over, interwebs.
Interesting.
Interwebs.
Well, we do have one last beer on the show, so we'll get to that one.
We'll get to it. You know, at the end of the day, I guess we never said it. We all like this beer, drink this beer.
I think I'm out on this one, guys. I think it's a little
We didn't
too
get
tart for me.
Ziggy's opinion. The first dissenter of 2018. Why are you hating on our beer we
Why are you
love so
dissenting,
much
Ziggy?
over here?
I don't necessarily dislike it. I just think it's a little too tart for me. Just a little bit.
It is very
I feel you.
very sour, very tart.
But
Just
you know,
a hair.
it's a little. But we had worse. You know, something that was like we had other sours that were like really bad. Like imagine a bunch of like Sour Patch Kids just shoved down your throat. Like
Well, see, I liked some
sign
of
me up.
those more than you did.
yeah,
So,
Yeah.
but there's something about this one that I just. And I guess it's because I'm watching my blood pressure and I got to watch my sodium intake and all
You
that.
know, thanks a lot, Victor.
damn it,
bringing
I'm
this beer
sorry.
on.
Bringing it down, bring the party down. You know, you got that one guy,
I'm fine. It's like 130 over 90. That's healthy, right?
Yeah,
kind of
beautiful, beautiful.
You know, if you pass out, you know,
we'll call somebody.
we're by Parkland.
We're by Parkland. Yeah,
I don't need a trauma center.
yeah.
We could go to Presby. We go to get Ebola.
Oh, right.
I
Man,
had people who worked at Presby when that happened. I felt bad for them.
oh, that's gotta be scary.
Not just scary, but you know, imagine getting hounded by you work at Presby.
Nobody wants to hang out with you if you work
Yeah.
at a spot where there's Ebola and somebody comes down with Ebola or there's been a case of Ebola there.
At your hospital. No matter if it's not your department, like they got harassed about it. Like I
Oh,
felt
yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Like
I
I
felt
work
bad.
valet and you guys over here tripping, you know?
Did you see the Ebola patient? No,
Yeah.
bro.
True. And then, okay, so you want to go over to like your family's house and it's like, okay, you can't come over because we got kids here and you probably have Ebola maybe. So don't come over here. You know, there's going to be a lot of that like ancillary stuff that kind of comes with it.
It was a lot of weird things. I felt bad for them.
I've always wanted to do a sketch where
With Ebola?
an ambulance goes up to like a women's center, like a shelter, and like pulls out and they start getting the guy out of the back and he's like a gunshot victim and they're like, you can't bring him in. Well, it's Parkland's full. It's like, this is not that type of trauma center.
Oh my God.
You know,
We need Dave Chappelle. Dave, where are you, Dave?
no, we got Ziggy. Ziggy, we gonna work this out, Ziggy, because I think about that all the time because I work. Well, I can't say where I work at, but in my place of business, I feel like they would do the same thing. Like, no, you can't come here.
You're right.
Get out of here.
We've seen, not of that specific way, but instances where, you know,
But like, yeah,
go somewhere else.
Move. Get out my way.
All right, so we have one that I've had sitting at the house for a couple weeks now that I've been super duper excited and really wanting to try. And this is the Epic Brewing Big Bad Baptista Rare release.
Baptista did it for the baseball player.
No, did not. So this is an Imperial
baseball, yes.
Stout.
The Blue Jay?
Batista, yeah.
Yeah.
The wrestler. But yeah.
Is he from Texas? Is this a Texas brewing company?
No, this is actually from Colorado, I believe. Yeah. So this one, they have another one that's a triple barreled one, which is another one I want to try to get. But this bad boy comes highly coveted, as far as I can tell, in the local
Craft brew scene.
Yeah.
It says here that it's a rare release. It's inspired by traditional Mexican coffee, Café de Olla, olla, which is served with cinnamon and piloncillo and unrefined sugar.
Yep, it's like a really hard sugar.
I tell you right now, it smells wonderful. For people who are first tuning in for the show, I love stouts. It's my favorite style of beer and porters. And this is right up my alley. I think I spent a latter half of 2017 forcing these guys to drink different versions of stouts.
Oh, you didn't force me. I'm all about it as well. I don't know. When I first started drinking craft beer, I was really into IPAs. Like I was really hophead. I really love IPAs, and that's all I was really about. I started getting this like porters and stouts, and man, I'm thinking I'm more on the stout side right now, especially as being in this frigid
cold weather.
Depths of winter that we're getting ready to go for. But yeah, so this one, according to the bottle, Imperial Stout with Mexican coffee, cacao nibs.
Good year to cacao.
The year of the nibs.
That was last 2017. Exactly.
Vanilla and cinnamon flavor added, and this is aged in whiskey barrels.
Shout out to Kirsty calling that the year of the nibs.
Year of the nibs. Yep.
Bring that back.
Let's give this a shot, guys.
I'll tell you right now, I absolutely love it. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
This is absolutely delicious.
Yo.
Oh, my God.
Okay. This is a lot to break down here.
Just think of dark chocolate.
Oh, my God.
This is
so
what
tasty. Okay, and something we didn't really even mention. This clocks in at what? Like 11%? 11%. This does not drink like it's 11%.
No, it does not. You don't even smell alcohol, but
okay. So
dark chocolate. That's what I got.
Yes.
First taste, dark chocolate.
So you go in for it. I'm getting like smells of chocolate. It smells like some real dark chocolate. Yeah, like some like a good like dark chocolate. You definitely just smell it.
Like good 70%, 60% dark chocolate. This is good. I may have to try to find this somewhere and fight somebody for it.
I've got another bottle at the house. Guys. What do you think, Zay? Give us your breakdown of this.
It's very rich.
It is.
It's a richness that's not overpowering. I think I've been saying that a lot today.
Yeah.
And lately, I just want a beer that kind of sits with me.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that this is that, and it's not very sweet. It's very complex flavor.
Yeah, for sure.
I really like this one.
I'll tell you this. This was what the moment I drank this. This is what I picture. Sitting at home, you have a fire going, or you have like a nice blanket sitting down with a nice book in your hand, or like a TV show in the background. It's real quiet, not really paying attention to it. Sitting down with your family, and you drink this beer.
Yeah, it reminds me of like abuelitas, like the Mexican hot cocoa, but with like some nice alcohol and like a lot of full body to it.
That's a nice little sweet rum to it.
Like I could see me sitting here drinking this beer with like some pan dulce, like the conchas and stuff.
Yeah, or
like having like one of those on the
leche,
side.
something a little super sweet.
Yeah,
and then you cut it off with that.
Amy doesn't like tres leches.
What?
I know, it's crazy.
She likes flan?
I don't know. I never really asked her. I'm down with whatever. But
is it sugary? I got it.
Yeah. Is it given to me? I will eat it.
Wait, I don't know about that.
Except for cucumbers, you're right.
I don't know about that.
I'm not a picky person by any stretch of the imagination. But one thing that I'm not big on is cucumbers.
You like pickles though, right?
I do. I like pickled cucumbers.
Anyway, this beer, I don't know. It's going to be hard in the next few weeks to have another beer kind of top this.
Yeah.
This is how good it is. Like, there's going to be another beer in a few weeks, maybe a few months, where I kind of like forget about this beer because I forget about people's names sitting next to me. So it's going to happen, right?
Oh, it smells so good.
I'm going to forget about this beer and I'm like, oh, this is the best beer of the year. But at this moment, in the next few weeks, it's going to be hard to find a beer
to match this.
That's better or match this. Like, this is
so
absolutely phenomenal.
This is one of my favorite beers that I've had in a long, long while. I will say I do have another bottle of this at the crib, and I'm gonna sit on it for a year, and we're gonna see how this goes.
We're gonna sit on it in a year.
I'm gonna let it kind of like.
I got the Pumpkin from last year that we gonna sit on.
I also have one of those in the fridge, chilling. So I'm gonna let those flavors kind of like, mellow out and kind of intermingle, and so we'll just kind of have like a little memory here of what we just drank, and we'll come back and revisit it.
I don't know, man. This is I don't even want to finish it, like, because we don't have any left. Like, I'm kind of upset. Like, this is a really good beer, man. Like, this is.
Yeah, and you get that cinnamon too. I'm getting like the cinnamon now as I'm drinking a little bit more. I taste the cinnamon coming down.
Yeah, it's warming up right now. Yeah, man, it's fucking good. Mine was like we had like our coffee we make in the morning.
Yeah,
with like a simple porter, because we make our coffee with cinnamon.
I will drink this in the morning. Is that what you're trying to go to?
Yeah, but you put our coffee with a simple bland porter.
Yeah,
and this is what we got.
I can see that.
Because we make our coffee with a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah.
And
oh man, a lot going on. Really well balanced, and really like it's not like one overpowers, and you definitely get the sequence of kind of flavors when you go through it. Mm-hmm. It's as advertised. You get all the different flavors.
It's the best beer we had
in 2018.
I was gonna say in a minute, but yeah, 2018.
Best beer of 2018.
No, it's gonna be. Listen, I big ups to my mom again. Yeah. She bought me a beer book, Ziggy, like a beer like journal, and I want to mark this down in memory that like somehow tag it and make sure I see it every time I open the book. Best beer 2018. So next time I say that, we could have comparisons at the end of the year. We have a beer battle. Top 3 beers of the year. See which one we still take.
Beers of the year. Yeah, this one would be nice to go try to find another one. I think it was like 18, 19
I don't care about the price.
Whenever I got it.
I don't care about the price.
But
I'll pay $40.
Damn good for that.
Yeah.
I'll pay $40 for it.
And there's a lot of alcohol, so
I'll pay $40. Listen, I'll pay for the end of the year show. We can have a beer battle for the top 5 best beer of the year.
Yeah.
Kind of battle. Come on, I'll pay $40.
We could see. We'd throw down.
Let's see if we make it to the top. Top 5. But this is a really good beer. I need everybody to try. Every beer. If you're interested in trying what we're sampling here, by all means, let us know what you think. If you tried any of these beers before, please let us know your opinions on it. Yeah. Personally, I'm lucky enough these last 2 weeks to enjoy every beers we had. So I'm happy about that. But
maybe you're growing as a person. And as a palate taster.
I hate everybody, hate everything.
It's going to take everything in my power. My birthday's coming up on Tuesday, and it's going to take everything in my power not to open up that other one.
Well, before you do that, for your birthday, let me see if I can find it. And if I find it, I'll save it for us.
Deal.
And you can have that for your birthday. But anyway, listen, we are Dallas Beer Talk. We're wrapping it up right here. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, also at DallasBeerTalk.com. Get in contact with us. Again, we always want to hear recommendations. So any beers we tried on the show that is similar, you want us to try and taste it out, let us know. Any beers that we tried and you want us to revisit, thinking is better than what the rating we gave it, by all means, talk to us. And then we got my man Ziggy here.
Guys, you can catch me every Thursday at 8:30 at the Backdoor Comedy Club, every Saturday at 8 and 10:15 at the Backdoor Comedy Club. Don't forget to catch me January 28th at True Love Bar out in Waco, Texas. I'm on a showcase there. I'm doing a lot longer time than I normally am. I'm really excited about it. And I got a real plug this time, guys.
Is it a real one?
Yeah, it's a real one. I have just started slowly writing a new an alt-right Frank Sinatra musical.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
that fits perfectly.
It's called Frank.
Yeah, I just finished the. First track. It's I Get a Cuck Out of You. So look for that coming to Broadway, the great, very, very, very white way in 2020. So
it's very accomplished.
Look out for that.
We can't wait. Hey, also shout out to Megan. Megan. Wow.
Who's Megan?
Megan. Morgan Dell. It's her birthday. Happy birthday.
Very nice. Very nice. As always, we love you guys. # Talking on the Influence. We'll see y'all next week.
See you next week.